Imagine a world where faith, power, and conquest collide in a battle for one of the most sacred cities on earth. This is the story of the Crusades, a complex saga of war, religion, and politics that spanned 2 centuries and shaped the course of history. Let's break it down in just 5 minutes. The Crusades were a series of religious wars fought between Christians and Muslims, mostly over control of Jerusalem and the surrounding Holy Land, from the late 11th to the late 13th centuries. But they were much more than just wars over land. They were driven by religious zeal, political ambitions, and economic interests. It all began in 1095, when Pope Urban II called on Christians across Europe to take up arms and reclaim Jerusalem, then controlled by Muslim Seljuk Turks. The response was huge. Tens of thousands of knights, peasants, and nobles set out on a dangerous journey. The Crusaders captured Jerusalem in 1099 after a brutal siege, which saw mass slaughter of the city's Muslim and Jewish inhabitants. This success established several Crusader states in the region, like the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Fast forward a few decades. In 1144, the city of Edessa, one of the Crusader states, fell back to Muslim forces, shocking Europe. Pope Eugene III launched the Second Crusade to reclaim it. Led by King Louis VII of France and Emperor Conrad III of Germany, the Crusaders failed disastrously, losing battles in Anatolia and failing to retake Edessa. The most famous Muslim leader during the Crusades was Saladin, who united much of the Muslim world and recaptured Jerusalem in 1887. This triggered the Third Crusade, led by England's Richard the Lionheart, France's Philip II, and Holy Roman Emperor Frederick Barbarossa. Richard and Saladin never met face-to-face but respected each other. The Crusaders failed to recapture Jerusalem, but secured coastal cities, and a treaty allowed Christian pilgrims access to the city. The Fourth Crusade took a shocking detour. Instead of going to the Holy Land, the Crusaders attacked Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, a Christian city. In 1204, they sacked Constantinople, causing a deep rift between Eastern Orthodox and Western Catholic Christianity that lasts to this day. One of the strangest and most tragic events was the Children's Crusade. Led by young shepherds, thousands of children set out to peacefully reclaim Jerusalem, believing their innocence would succeed where armies had failed. Most never made it. They were sold into slavery or died along the way, and historians debate what actually happened. There were several more crusades, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, each with varying leaders and goals, but none recaptured Jerusalem. The Crusader states gradually weakened until 1291, when the last stronghold, the city of Acre, fell to Muslim forces, marking the end of Crusader presence in the Holy Land. The Crusades had huge consequences. They opened trade routes between Europe and the East, introducing Europeans to new goods, ideas, and technologies. They intensified religious hatred and conflict between Christians and Muslims that echoes into modern times. The sacking of Constantinople worsened the split between Eastern and Western Christianity. The Crusades also helped centralize power in Europe, boosting monarchies and weakening feudal lords. The Crusades are surrounded by myths, heroic knights, noble quests, and righteous wars. The reality was far more complicated, marked by brutality, greed, and political games. Still, their legacy shaped Western and Middle Eastern history in profound ways. The Crusades weren't just wars. They were a collision of civilizations, faiths, and ambitions that changed the world. Thanks for listening to The Crusade, explained in 5 minutes. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe and dive deeper into history with me next time.